it's probably one of the biggest apologies that I've ever had to make. And it's coming up this morning. We'll get to it. People are so angry these days. We have to do a show about this. I'm going to do an episode about this. Just how ticked off people are in general out that hurt. I'm also going to be getting into the art this week, probably on Friday, the art of critical ignoring and how important it is, and how much we fail at ignoring the things in our lives that we should. And I'm going to fail this morning. I'm telling you right now. It's raining, and I'm telling you, I feel like there's mornings like this, I feel that this is an absolutely beautiful forecast. I love weather like this. You hear the rain on the skylight at the house. It's just on the metal roof. I just love it. Fly on the Wall Productions bringing you the Aired Out podcast this morning, live on Facebook and on YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in. We're streamed everywhere you get your podcasts. We're on the web at airedoutvt.com. Tuesday. $5 Tuesdays back at the Capitol Theater. What should you do? You should skip the line, get your tickets at fgbtheaters.com, put $10 in your wallet, maybe a little bit extra more if you want to get some popcorn and some soda, or even an alcohol drink, and take somebody to the movies at the Capitol Theater. $5. Facebook and Instagram for all of the updates. I'm going to give you details on this forecast here in a second. Also, want to mention Locarno's To Go, right here in Central Vermont. Deliciously easy, locally prepared meals with fresh ingredients. Did I say local? I did. Weekly grab-and-go meals. Again, delicious, easy, fast. Anybody that's on the run, any family, you got a schedule to keep, you running to practice, whatever. I'll tell you where to get them. Central Vermont Meats, Green Mountain Community Fitness, Hill Street Market. That's where you're going to find the Locarno's To Go coolers. I often see the one over at the Green Mountain Community Fitness, and I take pictures and post that up. But they always change it up. Everything is made fresh. Everything is made locally. There I go with the L word again, local. And prepared with love from Melissa and Craig Locarno. Great people. And they know what they're doing. LocarnosToGo.com. We have a couple of roads that are closed today in Barrie for construction. And I just want to tell you what they are, but I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to get upset. I don't want to get you ticked off. I'm just going to tell you there's some construction projects that are going on. And you need to exercise a little bit of patience. Seminary Street, between North Main Street and Summer Street. It's going to be closed today. Center Street, between George Street and Frattini Place. It's going to be closed today. Okay? They're doing construction. They're also supposedly, and I'm putting a huge amount of emphasis on that word, supposedly, and I'm even going to say this word, apparently doing some street sweeping today, even though it's raining. Again, apparently. Um, we have, and I'm going to give you a very detailed forecast here in a second, and there's going to be good reason for me doing this. Okay, hang on. We'll get to the forecast again. It's very, very detailed, and again, there's going to be good reason for me giving you some pretty detailed information on the forecast. Stand by for that. I'll tell you in just a second. On the line with me is Noah Payette. What's going on, man? How are you?
How's it going?
Brother, you doing okay?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm fine. Listen, I don't know if I've ever met you before, but we had a very brief exchange, and you're doing some damn good things in our community, brother. Please do tell and share with our community what's going on. With the weather is turning in your favor. What's the details?
So every year, for the past 3 to 4 years, I've played in the Berrytown Co-ed Softball League. It's by far one of the best leagues I've seen. I mean, I've been around softball my whole life. It's in my blood, and this league, it runs around. It's all about the players. It's about the love of the game. It's yes, there's going to be competitiveness, but everybody's here to have fun. They're here to get out of the house, and no matter what they got going on, they know they can go to the softball field and they can just forget about everything they got going on. And I've decided to put a team in for the first year, and I couldn't be more thrilled about it. I've done Freezing Fun for Families for the past 3-ish years. That's another tournament I've always been around. It's always been a great charity tournament that I've always played in or always been around. So softball's always been around, and it always will be. And it's in my heart. I've always been around it.
So the Barry Co-ed League.
It is.
You guys are starting up when? I'm assuming you're going to be practicing up at Berrytown School. But when is all this kicking off? And are you looking for more players?
We start in May. We're always looking for more players, more teams. Right now we're running about 8 teams. We'd love to have more. I mean, this is one of the leagues that we run it with open arms. It's whether you've never played before or you've played all your life, we're ready to welcome you with open arms, and we're always looking for more people. This is the kind of thing where we want as many people as we can get.
So, and let's speak about that. So, how do people get in touch with you? How do they learn more? How do they become a team member? Is there a Facebook page?
There is a Facebook page. Facebook page is Berrytown Co-ed Softball League. You can find it right on Facebook. If you always have questions, you could reach out to me, and I can give you the contact to our president and let them give you more information. But if you ever want to play, or if you want to just know more about the league, just look up Berrytown Co-ed Softball League.
All right. How is that where people can get in touch with you? Is that the best way, Noah, or do you want to give out your cell phone number or an email address?
I can give out my phone number. If anybody wants to reach out to me playing wise, they can reach me at 802-461-6280. You can shoot me a text or give me a call, and I can give you more information. If you want to play, then we'll get you playing.
All right, one more time. 461
6280.
6280. What about sponsorship? What about businesses in the area that might want to tag in, man, and attach their brand to this and get involved and support this?
I know, at least for myself, I don't know about other teams. I know I'm looking for sponsors. We're looking for sponsors, donations, anything. We're looking whatever you guys would be willing to help out with. We're we're open to anything. Of course, we're not gonna make you. Obviously, that's not what it's about. It's not about the money. It's not about any of that. But we are always looking for sponsors. It makes everything a lot easier. Um, and it's all around. I mean, it's a great way to get your business out there. Um, I know most teams, what they'll do is if you want a sponsor, they'll put your company right on their jersey, and whether they're wearing it during the game or they're going out and they're wearing their jersey around town, you're getting your company out there.
Yeah. I think this is fantastic, dude, and I'm so glad that you and I are connected on this. Can we get you in here at some point and share some studio time on the couch and talk more about this, because softball's huge, man.
It is.
There's so many of us that look forward to this just alone, softball.
It is. There's so many of us because I mean we have multiple leagues that run out of Barrytown alone, and it's the kind of time of the year that everybody's there. We're waiting to get back on the field, and we're waiting to see everybody again. It's
all right. We're gonna connect soon, man. I want to get you in here, maybe with a player or two, and bang this drum a little bit more, and maybe even run up to one of your practices and stream live up there, because I love it too, man. I mean, you trust me when I say I'm the last person that you would want on your team, especially that I just had a shoulder replacement. But there's so many people out there that frankly need to get out of their home, and they need to connect with their community and do something different. And this is a great opportunity. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Of course.
Yeah, man. We'll stay in touch, all right?
We will. Thank you.
That's Noah Payette right there. And again, 461-6280 for the Barry Co-ed softball team, which is going to be kicking into gear here real soon. Details on the forecast. And yes, Kyle, we're going to be talking about that in the news here in just a second, about that motorcycle. Details on the forecast. When I go into when I try to get as much detail as I can, I try to source it out to Roger Hill, because he's the man. Here's what he's saying this morning, as of right now, current information. An occasional rain shower likely, moderate at times this morning, maybe a rumble of thunder in southern Vermont especially. Highs today, mid-40s near 50 with a light southeast wind. Oh, I'm going with details. Tonight, cloudy, rain showers likely. I'm reading this directly from Roger Hill, who emailed me this morning. Again, tonight, cloudy, rain showers likely, a few moderate at times. A low around 40 with a light south wind. Wednesday, a chance for a morning rain shower, exiting to some breaks of sun. Highs around 45, maybe 50. Southeast winds around 10 miles per hour. The full pink moon, by the way, is tomorrow, April 1st. Is it really the final day of March today? It is. Wednesday night, clouds 25. High clouds. Thursday, mainly gray and cloudy. Chance for a rain shower in the afternoon. Highs around 40. Friday, chance for rain showers. A risk for some spotty freezing rain east of the Green Mountain Spine. Partial sunshine in the afternoon. Morning lows around 32. Going to be breezy and milder with highs reaching into the what? The 60s. Saturday, cloudy intervals of afternoon sun, widely scattered rain showers, lows around 35 to 40, and highs around anywhere in the mid-50s, maybe even lower 60s in southern Vermont. That is a detailed forecast right there. I know. I'm going to tell you why later this morning on the Aired Out podcast. I want to see. I want to see a comment here this morning, if you can. Yes, you do see a theme. I want to see a comment. Do all of you, or many of you, are you aware, and maybe some of you aren't, that the weather is one of the first things that I kick off with most mornings? I would say 99.5 to 99.9% of the time. Are you aware of that? Just put yes or no in the comments. That I'm asking this morning. Birthdays. Cindy Galanka, Thomas Lair, Becca May, Sean Stevens, Stacy Hauer, Joe Hill, and Caleb Dufresne. Great guy. Sports, there's too much that's going on. Too much. Yeah, Logan Luce is going to chat with me this morning at some point about sports. I mean, the March Madness and the Connecticut Huskies, wow. There's a lot of stuff going on. Whew. There's also a lot of stuff going on in our community, our community calendar. Brought to you by The World, Central Vermont's favorite weekly newspaper, reaching around 22,000 people every single week. Digital version, vt-world.com. It is Tuesday, being that it is Tuesday, and every Tuesday, the American Legion Post 10 right here in the Granite City does a meal for anyone. It's just $12. They start serving it up around 5:30. Sometimes they do bingo afterwards. Today, meatloaf. I love meatloaf almost as much as I love my child. Who doesn't love meatloaf? Well, I mean there's and Salisbury steak. I'm sure there's some folks out there that don't, but whew, man, they got shepherd's pie coming up too. I'm just looking at the menu. I would eat meatloaf, hot or cold, ketchup or no ketchup, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They're doing it tonight, American Legion. If you want to get in, if you would like a meal, 479-9058. Just call them and say, hey, put one aside for me, or I'm going to be there, and so they can plan. 479-9058. If you have any leftovers whatsoever, please call me. That's today, Tuesday. I'm just glancing here. What do we have? Yeah. Speaking of meatloaf and meat, the American Legion has meat bingo on the 17th of April. Looking ahead here, this weekend, it is going to be jammed. Easter weekend, on the 4th, which is Saturday, the Barrie City and Town Rec Department's got their annual egg hunt inside the BOR. It's from 9 to 11. Bring your own basket. The hunt starts at 9:30. Don't be late at all. I would even get there like 8:45. Get a good spot. Bring the kids. No punching, kicking, screaming, poking, nails. Be respectful. There's a couple of different age groups. We got age 3 and 4, 5 through 7, and 8 through 10. I know it's a lot of fun. For the adults that want to do an adults-only Easter egg hunt, which sounds interesting, that's where the biting and kicking and scratching can get figured into things. It's going to be at Wilkins Harley-Davidson on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Can you handle it? Can you not stay out too late on Friday night so that you can be at Wilkins by like 8:30, 8:45 tops for the 9 a.m. kickoff? I don't know if they're going to fire the cap gun or not for the Easter egg hunt at Wilkins. Adults only, Saturday morning. Whew. Also on Saturday, the Bible Baptist Church has their egg hunt. It's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, kids only, 12 and under, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. What else do we have? The Easter Festival at the Funny Farm, that's down on Route 302. It's from 10 till noon, new business. Love it over there, right next to Duncan. 10 till 12. I think the Easter Bunny's going to be there. We got to talk about the Easter Bunny at some point, as before maybe Friday. The Totally Rad 80s and 90s dance party is Saturday at the Barry Elks Lodge, 7 p.m. The Winter Farmers Market is on College Street in Montpelier on Saturday. On Sunday, Post 792 has got their breakfast in Montpelier from 9 to 11. Buffet style, $15 per person. There's just so much going on. And that's just this weekend. Then we get into May. Oh my God. I'm just glancing here at my community calendar. I was on the phone yesterday with Linda Mercy and Randy Henry, and they're cooking up something that I'm not going to tell you about. I'm going to let them tell you about, because they're going to both be in here sitting on the couch real soon. I'm going to let them let the cat out of the bag. But it's huge. Yes, I'm going to be. Somebody just asked me yesterday, day before, if I was going to be talking about the Lake Maury Summer Concert Series. Yes, I am. What else? The summer camps in the Barry City. Yes, I'm going to be talking about them. I'm going to get to it. Yes, there's a lot. I know. But, we're going to talk sports here in a second, but let's get into some news here. Boy, some of the comments that are coming in here this morning. I could say so much, but I'm snug on time. A Vermont man is in the hospital with serious injuries after colliding with a tractor trailer on his motorcycle yesterday. This is from PTZ, Channel 5. God bless them. I think they do a great job. Vermont State Police responded to the crash in Richford just around 6:15 last night on Troy Street. Adam Blodgett, 20 years old. He's alive. Traveling east on Troy Street when he turned a corner and collided head-on with a truck. He was pinned underneath the truck, according to state police. Fire and rescue personnel able to free him and take him to the hospital, where his condition is reported to be critical, but not life-threatening. He is the son, Adam, of the owners of Blodgett Family Farm, who were sharing the news about the crash on social media last night. And in the statement, the family said that they expect a long road to recovery and highlighted the critical need for blood donors. Glad he's alive. Wow. That's what I have on that story. I don't have any more. If I do, I'll share it with you. The brush fire in Ferrisburg. Did you see the video of that thing yesterday? Big one. Over 10 responding fire departments, more than 100 acres. Trees, sheds, a few other small structures, all burned. No injuries. Isn't that amazing? Luckily, Erica and Eric Andrus still have their home. Amazing. All the volunteers that were working on that yesterday. Incredible video. Wow. Rollover crash on 89 in Williston about 6 o'clock last night. Had both lanes of the interstate closed for about an hour. The driver is alive, but a man in Morgan did succumb to his injuries yesterday morning in another crash on Route 111, sadly. Well-known guy. Well-loved. There's a lot of crashes lately. A ton. I'll pull up some statistics on it. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the time of year. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what. But it just seems like there's always an uptick. April, May, especially. Massachusetts guy who robbed the convenience store in Burlington's North End is going to serve 66 months behind bars. And it only took 2 years to land that sentence. Isn't that great? What a track record we have. Moving right along. Get him through the system. And 66 months behind bars. That's what a BB gun and $500 in cash will get you. Just a little bit about this past Saturday. And I know today's Tuesday. Big crowd in Montpelier for the No Kings protest. Shame on me. I said protest. Maybe I should have said demonstration. But the Vermont State Police, the Montpelier Police, the Capitol Police, the Montpelier Fire Department, the Montpelier Public Works, Vermont's buildings and general services were all there. And giving big props on Facebook, thanking everyone for being so respectful, which in many other cities and towns, it wasn't so much that way. I mean, New York City, we had a parade of people crawling on their hands and knees, on all fours, down the city street in New York City. You know how much money you would have to pay me to crawl on my hands on any street in New York City? Yeah. A man died while skiing at Sugarbush over the weekend, a fall that had him sliding into a wooded area on the trail. New York State Police and Vermont State Police were both involved with that. What a sad story. Yeah. Getting a message here. The Trappers Banquet at the Barry Auditorium was awesome Saturday night. John Rogers spoke there. Boy, I would love to go to that sometime. Let's see. 31-year-old Austin Lapierre in custody after finding 57-year-old Tyrone Biggs dead in his apartment with stab wounds. That story's been going for a couple of days. I'm just looking here. Roger. The investigation continues today. 21-year-old Nolan Valkyrie of Starksboro pulled over late Saturday night on 89 in Middlesex for driving the wrong way. Another one. Wrong way on 89. Why is Vermont so famous for wrong-way drivers on 89? A little bit on 91, too, but 89 especially. Middlesex, right down the road. Driving the wrong way. No surprise, he was drunk. And, of course, the big news from this past weekend, and this one's still buzzing, still all over the internet, I'm seeing this morning. Vermont State Police arresting the two suspects in the armed robbery case in Enosburg. They were arraigned yesterday in St. Albans. Yeah. Press release that I got here. Let me see if I can read through this quickly. 3/28, 3 days ago. This one from the Montpelier Police Department. Approximately 5:41 p.m. Montpelier Police responded to the Christchurch 64 State Street for the report of an active physical altercation in the back parking lot. Officers located multiple members of the unhoused population who had been injured during the assault. Further investigation led officers to believe the case, or the cause, rather, of the disturbance and dominant aggressor was Solomon Valley, who's unhoused from Barrie. Valley had fled the area prior to police arrival. He was located walking near the scene a short time later and arrested by Montpelier Police Department and lodged at the Northeast Regional Correctional Facility by probation and parole due to his alleged actions being in violation of his probation conditions. He'll be in Washington Court, or was in Washington Superior Court yesterday. Simple assault, disorderly conduct. I don't know what you're thinking about this, but I know that there was just a lot of talk about that church parking lot setting up a temporary community emergency housing area, staging area for the homeless over the winter. Now that it's getting warmer, now that it's almost April, what should be happening? I don't know. The world news is insane, and I don't know if you're being, I don't know if you're privy to it. I don't know if you're paying attention. I don't know if you're watching everything that is and isn't happening in the Middle East. I know that trending yesterday, Iran is threatening to attack American universities in the Middle East. Isn't that nice? Wow. Let's take a deep breath here. And I know I'm getting a message here. You got to talk about Kid Rock and his helicopter. I know there's just so much going on, so much happening. Chuck wants to talk about William Shatner. There's a lot of stuff that's going on here. Oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I should probably do another show today. Let's shift gears, take a deep breath, and talk sports for a second. And then, with Logan Luce. And then, when we're done with sports, I have to own up to something that I'm going to on the air, and I'm going to apologize to all of my listeners and community. Something that I need to come clean on, and I'm going to do it this morning. My brother, who is down in Connecticut, was having an absolute meltdown, freaking out, calling me, blowing me up. Oh my God. Do you see what's going on? Did you see what happened? Blah, 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 blah. Holy crap. The Huskies, March Madness, playing, who was it, Logan? Number 1 seeded Duke.
Duke, yep.
Did you see what happened? It's 0.3 seconds.
Well, that, but also the fact that Duke was up.
They were way up.
They were up by 20 points by halftime. They were up by, there's no reason why they should have, let that such a large deficit fall from them, especially because, the number 1 seeded team, how do you, as the number 1 seeded team, get such a large lead and then let it fall apart? I mean, I don't know if it was, it seemed like they were starting to turn the ball over a lot, especially in, the fourth quarter. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's, coaching or players, but, for them to lose such a large deficit in such a, short period of time is insane. Definitely what a comeback by UConn. And it's going to be an interesting, Final Four coming up. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
We're going to get to see a lot, honestly. But like I said, the surprise Duke losing is very surprising. Very surprising.
Taylor says Duke barely won the first round and I feel like this upset kind of was bound to happen.
Yeah, Duke was, they were consistent at the start of the season, but towards the end of the season, I was starting to see some of their slowdown, and then their first game was not great, but they still won. But still, though, even so, they had such a comfortable lead. For them to lose that comfortable lead is definitely like shocking. Asks questions.
Yeah. Why? Here's a question: why did they pass the ball? Becky wants to know.
Well, I think their goal was we're talking about towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
I would say I think their goal was to just stop. Try not to risk shooting because they were hoping to just run the clock out, and obviously that didn't work out for them. And so for Duke, it's like, there's when they go home, there's gonna be a lot of like discussions on what went wrong because there's just so much went wrong.
Do you agree with this comment here that says that's how sports goes?
It
doesn't matter the seed or the rank. Anything can happen.
I mean,
and it's not over till it's over.
Exactly. The Celtics just lost to the Hawks last night, which makes zero sense. Yeah, 0 sense. A team that like quite literally got rid of their best player like a month ago, and like they're like maybe 9th seed. They're very at the bottom. So anything goes. I mean, the Patriots won that Super Bowl against the Atlanta Hawks in the fourth quarter. Tom Brady came back in the fourth quarter. Like, it happens. It happens in sports.
Who won the NCAA championship?
Well, last year.
Oh
my God!
Was it the Huskies?
It was the Huskies. It was. Yeah.
So should Duke be that surprised?
I mean, no. But at the same time, obviously the Huskies are very good. They were what, 2nd seed, 3rd seed? Second seed? Okay. Thought so.
This will be their 3rd title in 4 years.
Oh yeah. No. Well, that's what was happening with UConn as a whole has been really good. I mean, their baseball team just won their college championship like 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. Like, so UConn as a whole has just gotten really consistent and good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, UConn winning, like, obviously UConn being in the top 4 makes a lot of sense, but them knocking off the number 1 seeded Duke is definitely surprising because Duke is also a very good, college. They're very consistent. They're consistent with their winnings.
So the Final Four is set. This coming Saturday is going to be amazing. What do we got? Number 1 seeds, Michigan and Arizona.
Right? Yeah.
And then number 3, Illinois, all for Saturday's semifinals.
Yeah, no, that's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. Damn. Who is this guy that got this at the .3 here? What was his name? His freshman.
I'm honestly not 100% sure on my top of my head.
Braylon Mullins.
Yes.
0.3 on the clock. What a thrilling ending.
Yeah, crazy shot, honestly. Crazy shot.
It's such a fast-paced game. Basketball, I'm just going to be honest with you.
Basketball's fast-paced.
Basketball and baseball, for me, I'm not really a sports guy. You know that. Yeah. Very obvious with what comes out of my mouth that I'm not a sports guy. Very.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, man, over the last couple of years, basketball and baseball are something that I'm like really becoming more interested in. It's fascinating.
It is.
And I'm just learning so much. It's just like how there's tempo in the game where they pause tactically. They try to slow things down. And
100%.
It's amazing.
Well, for me, it's like
baseball too.
Baseball is too, but baseball is like one of those games too where like baseball can turn on a flip of a dime because at the end of the day, baseball is a slower one, but it's one of those slow sports where it can change on a flip of a dime because you could have a game where the team's just getting blown out 7-0, for example. Whatever, move on to the next game. But then you have a game that's like one team's up 3-1, and then in the last inning, that team that's down 1 slams a grand slam,
Right,
wins the game, just like
Yeah.
that. Just one inning out of the how many they play 9.
Yeah.
9 innings. Yeah, out of all the innings, it's like you're down by 2 points, and in the final inning, when it's your last chance to win the game, grand slam. That happens. Same with basketball. Like you said, the final shot. It's like
Yeah, right.
Luke Kennard on the Lakers just literally 2 weeks ago hit a buzzer beater from like the logo, basically. That happens. Like those shots, those just taking a chance shots, though they work out a lot more times than you think. It's like the old saying, you will always miss every shot you don't take. And so it's like, when you have 1 second on the clock, you just got to shoot it and hope that it makes it, and it can.
It's unbelievable. And I'm getting a text here from a friend of mine, Dwayne. He's all upset that we're talking about all of the men, and why are we not talking about the women? So because they deserve to be spoken.
Oh, of course.
The NCAA Women's Final Four is set too. We got UConn again facing South Carolina, and UCLA facing Texas. Friday.
Like I said, UConn as a whole is just clearly crazy. They're here even in the men's and the female. They're in the top 4 on both sides.
You're right.
So incredible.
They're badasses.
Incredible.
So do you have any? Do you or does anyone watching, listening right now? Any money?
I'm not a bettor, no. Sadly.
Does anyone else have any money going, or is there cash involved here? How's your bracket doing?
Oh, I mean, well, I think I don't know. I don't know if college basketball does betting. I think they do. I'm not sure. I feel like I could be wrong. I think
March Madness.
They do betting on March Madness.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think that's weird to me. I think the idea of college, kids basically getting betted on is kind of weird because they're not full-fledged adults yet. They're all they are adults, but they're all 18, 19, still young, and it's like, it was like I think a month ago or maybe 2 months ago, there was a whole still with the theme of last year, which was all those gambling schemes that were going on. It's there was one with NCAA, so it's like, I think as a whole, I just don't think college should have sports betting. It's like that's something you could do with a bunch of grown men, but a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds, I don't think so. I think it's weird.
Mob's
personally
involved.
I think
the mafia's involved with all of this. You never know, man.
No, exactly. You never know.
You never know.
I mean, so there's so much involved in things that we just, as humans, we just don't know.
I see
so much.
The Connecticut Sun has reached a deal to sell WNBA team to the Rockets owner.
I did hear about that.
For a price tag of $300 million.
That's really huge. I mean, well, what was it? Seattle, we just re-signed JSN to $168 million in 4 years.
Jeez.
As a wide receiver. He's the highest paid wide receiver now.
I just heard that.
Yeah, highest paid, $168 million.
Couple of days ago.
Yeah, it just happened literally a week ago.
Yeah.
It just happened. Same with did you see also the NBA's their chairman got together and they did a vote on expanding the NBA. So we are officially getting a Vegas team and a Seattle team again. There's a lot of hype around the Seattle Supersonics coming back. Seattle Supersonics making a return is something a lot of people want to see. So that, but also it's just crazy. We're getting 2 new NBA teams within the next year or two.
NFL draft.
Crazy.
What's going on?
A lot. I mean, starters, the biggest thing people need to focus on, the running back class. There's so many young, hard-hitting running backs that I'm excited to see. The biggest one is Jadarian Love. He looks like he's going to be he's going to be gone within the first 5 picks. No question. No question. Jadarian Love, no question. He's going to be gone within the first 5 picks. Amazing. He had a 9.1 out of 10 on his combine grade. That's so hard to do. Like, I don't even think Derrick Henry did that. You know, like, that's a high, like, combine number to hit for some young guy. So he's going to be explosive. He's going to be a lot of people. It looks like he might go to the Titans. Tennessee might be getting him. Who knows? But he's going to be huge. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza's going to, like, everybody is, like, predicting that he's going to go to the Raiders, number one, you know, so forth. There's just so many good young players that are going to go in the first round. But, like I said, running back class alone looks insane. Like, so many young kids. Well, besides Love, there's, like, Tevin Coleman, Jadarian Prince, Emmett Johnson, you know, so forth. There's just so many young kids that are coming into this draft that are gonna be like stars, like, and so that's why you're seeing a lot of these NFL teams are like they're cutting back on their running back because it's like these kids are gonna go within the first 3 rounds. Like,
this is a sport that is changing an awful lot.
Every year.
Every single year.
Well, first it was like, for me, the biggest one was like the kickoff return, the whole idea of like, because before the kickoff was like you had, you know, you had rows of players and then you had the guy in the very back. Now it's where, you know, basically everybody starts on the line, the ball gets kicked, and nobody can move until the guy at the end has caught the ball.
Yeah.
And now I understand the reason for that is because they're trying to avoid as many injuries. Because, you know, you got to think about it. When you got a bunch of grown men running at each other and someone gets, like, smacked hard, you know, it's like they could get paralyzed and or injured within the first, like, 5 seconds of the game. So it's like, to avoid as many injuries, that's a big reason why they did it. But in general, the sport is there's new rules, I swear, every couple of years. There's always new rules.
Yeah.
Everything's changing.
What's next with the athletics podcast?
I am very excited. I'm hoping that starting as of this Thursday, actually, I'm hoping to come in, sit down, talk more lethal sports with you guys, and in general, just get back into it. I have so many things I want to talk about. I have some ideas for the future. I am ready to, you know, make a splash again, and I'm hoping to get people to come, you know, listen, take a couple minutes out of their day. Like I said, Thursday, I'm coming in to sit down, probably going to do noon, maybe noon, something like that. I think so, either noon or I want to do in the afternoon, but either way, just this Thursday, look out for the fact that I will be back in here and ready to continue this journey, continue this path.
That's really excited. Cool, man. I'm excited too. Thank you so much for coming in here.
Thank
dude.
you for having me.
I always love chatting with you, Logan.
Thank you, and I love being here. So thank you.
You always teach me so much, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
I'm trying my best to keep you informed.
Keep
you and your audience informed. Everybody, you know, learning things that, you know, maybe you're not really seeing because you're focused on the big, you know, mainstream news that's going on. So I'm here to fill you in on like the side sports news.
Yes. You got time to stick around for a few minutes?
I totally can.
Yeah, awesome, man. Because I want to chat with you more.
Yeah, of course.
So there's good reason why I gave a detailed forecast this morning, and I want to just kind of shed some light on this. I gave a detailed forecast this morning because almost every morning, every morning I go into the weather forecast. Some days I go into more details than others. Yesterday wasn't a lot of detail. It was kind of brief, and I want to apologize to you because apparently there was some really big concern yesterday in a post that I had put up. So yesterday I was on the road with a very dear friend of mine who I am a caregiver for. And I saw in an email, I got a ping on my phone, and I pulled over, and I had a very quick glance at it. And I'm gonna put it up here on the page so that everyone can see. Let's see, where is it here? Yeah, right here. Here is the email that I received from the city of Barrie. It says an emergency parking ban, and I'll highlight it here. An emergency parking ban is being issued for March 30th and March 31st. No parking on city streets or parking lots from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. on Monday night into early Tuesday morning, and 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Violators will be towed. Parking available at the BOR during the ban. See below for parking instructions so your vehicle is not towed. And visit our website for new winter parking rules. BarrieCity.org/winter parking. That was the email that I had received. And that is what I highlighted and posted on the Aired Out page. The exact words. When I read this, there was some admitted assumption that I had that this must be related to street sweeping. Why else would there be a parking ban? Because, and I even said to myself, you read the weather forecast this morning, right, JD? Was there any word of snow or a snowstorm? No. Just rain. When I copied and pasted these words onto Aired Out yesterday, right there, as you can see, an emergency parking ban is being issued for March 30th and 31st. I added in the words, street sweeping. But only hours later, when I saw on the city page that they had added street sweeping. So my assumption that it was street sweeping was correct. But the original email that I got just said an emergency parking ban is being issued without giving reason why. This apparently created a ripple effect of panic in our community. One of the comments, and I know about the regroup, and I know that the regroup message on the app said street sweeping. But pulled over on the side of the road, apparently I provided a gross disservice to our community by just highlighting copying and pasting the words onto the Aired Out Facebook page, which only said emergency parking ban. The initial email that came in to me, which is auto-generated. And I just want to apologize for creating so much panic and unrest in our community. One of the comments that I got, and I've got it on the screen right here, is from a guy, Roger Boyce. And he says right here, another slow news day? Here we go again with this page. Get everyone all freaked out, riled up, and purposely neglect to explain the reason for the parking ban when you know full well exactly why the ban is going into effect. Great job, Aired Out. Bravo, JD. Bravo. Pathetic and sad. You should be so proud of becoming what everyone wants to avoid. You've been hanging around Barrie too long, bro. Slowly becoming nothing more than a cage rattler. Pod. It's just so easy to do it in Vermont, isn't it? You shouldn't cast anything in a real city. You'd be out of your league. Yeah, Stacy says, I'd block him. I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, here's the email that I received. And I'm just going to read it again here because it's a pretty slow news day. Just in case Roger missed it the first time, the email that I received from the city that says, and I've highlighted it right there. I know you might need your readers. An emergency parking ban is being issued for March 30 and 31. No parking on city streets or parking lots from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Monday night into early Tuesday morning and 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Violators will be towed. Parking available at the BOR during the ban. See below for parking instructions so your vehicle is not towed. Visit our website for new winter parking rules. barriecity.org/winter parking. If you, like Roger, were put into a frenzy of panic yesterday because I failed to explain the reason behind the emergency parking ban, I want to apologize to you. And I know when we see the word emergency, it's a hot button for some of us, that we go into a panic. And again, if you're aware of the forecast, which I'm going to try harder to make you more aware of the details of the forecast, you knew yesterday that there was not a winter storm coming. It would be my assumption that it would be street sweeping or some other reason for the emergency parking ban. But for, apparently, according to Roger, some of you, maybe even many of you, thought that maybe I was trying to imply that there was a nor'easter that was going to shut down the whole city. I'm sorry for creating so much unrest and upheaval in our community. I'm sorry.